kite forward. Things are, it's not a good look. It's not a good look, Valdez. I think
no.
This is one of those drafts where T1 actually has a winning draft. When they have a winning draft, it's pretty scary.
They have a winning draft against the team they're supposed to win against. And different form, as we are going to jump onto the Rift for match number 68 of the spring split. We're getting towards the end here.
Well, let's take a look at what is going to end up happening, as the game is just going to be a fan out. Neither team really looking for any sort of action early on. We've seen a couple of these matchups in recent times, and it is going to be the fasting Senna. He plays towards the side of where his jungler is. He knows that Rek'Sai can't come from the left side. That's why he's on the left side of the lane. And now Tarzan is actually going to share XP with UCal. So this is though, and that's why Cuz is backing him up in close proximity.
Really trying to force this 2-on-2 here. Really nice pillar to get Tarzan out of that burrow, and Cuz just going to walk away, not really successfully pushing in the lane, and they're still chasing after him. He will absolutely have to flash to get away from this one. As
well, you can see UCal taking a really heavy trade. Faker standing his ground.
Yeah, you got to be careful in those extended trades against a Nazir when he's got 3 soldiers up. Yes, in the beginning you're going to do it. Yeah, this is the old style Rek'Sai gank we used to see all the time, but a really nice dredge line is going to get effort totally to safety. No danger there. Doesn't even have to flash to get out of that one, as he was able to react extremely quickly. Nice try by Tarzan, doing too much as Faker has gained a lead now.
And the really interesting thing about this is that he's managed to keep up with Cuz in terms of CS. They're actually going to get the blue buff for UCal, and so Faker really needed that.
So.
All right.
But with that pushing power, they are just going to move over to the dragon and take that down. Cuz didn't even show himself, as you mentioned, in that bottom side river. He's just up at the top side. We're going to get the news now, and Cuz will just say, okay, I'll get what I can, take the blue buff. But early Infernal Drake, pretty good for the side of Griffin.
And the Infernal Dragon is actually really key for them, because we talked early on about how Cuz losing his flashes and tempo inside of the jungle, Faker's offset recalls, everything sort of ties in together. And when Cuz didn't just path down into river, and Griffin had the vision control around it, Tarzan just makes the opportunity to go over, get the Infernal Dragon. T1 rotate their bot lane up to try to do the Herald. They've done it, and this is a bit of an interesting dynamic. Rift Herald spawned in the middle of the red side jungle, so Cuz, being a gentleman, just wanted to give Shelly a bit of an adventure, some sightseeing, before sending her to her untimely demise on top.
Yeah, I mean, most of the time she just gets dropped down and has to headbutt to her death, but now she actually gets to see the world. Not bad. It's also very generous to Griffin because, you know, he gives them some warning. He's like, hey guys, I didn't really want to do this, but here you go, as Faker is just going to dash away. And they did give that advance notice to the side of Griffin, but there's not really much of a response just yet, as she is going to get a second charge off here. Kana doing a great move.
Exactly. So, speaking of an opportunity, Griffin are just going to get this Mountain Dragon for free. And that is going to be a pickup. Ocean is coming up. So, T1 just really taking their time here.
Taking a while to boil, though.
All right.
I don't know what I'm going to do. You know that saying. Our game is really fast, so he wants to keep that up. He's doing a good job so far. But yeah, T1 they're gonna make their move here on Shirley, and we'll take her down. So didn't look like there was any vision.
And
in League of Legends. It's a new account. You know, it's big knock up here. Okay, nice subjugate. They tried to fight. Nice job.
Well, what we have here is greatly reluctant fighters versus timeout 1.
Timeout 1.
So that is what is currently going on here. As Kana, he heard you, Valdez.
Yeah.
He heard you laughing. So he just wanted to, he told Intara to go back to the.
Yeah, you know, there was some action there. Oh,
yeah, here's the action.
The big flame thing came out, guys.
Yeah, perfect.
Tom, he's really fast. He doesn't look like he would be fast, but he is.
We're all just playing ping pong. It would be a damn shame if someone froze the side lane and then action was forced. No? Oh, okay.
Well, you don't go outside, so you probably don't know, but it's almost spring here in Korea.
It already.
I think it was you and I casting that game. Okay, so Griffin say you can have it. We don't want the Ocean Drake, actually.
What's going on here? It is allergy.
Yes, it is. And the pollen is getting ridiculous, as is the winning. Trying to help, though, from downtown. First Blood is going to go the way of you, Cal. So a nice little solo kill effort going for a little bit of a walk. We were talking about the lull state. Maybe he was getting lulled into a bit of a sleeping mode here.
Going black sleep.
Oh, they're trying to punish Yukal now. He does have his flash, but it just doesn't matter. He was too far out of position. Didn't expect them to collapse that fast, but just like that, the Silas
barring these two hiccups.
Okay. I like
and
this.
I actually really do like this. This is I don't even want to call it a sneak. It doesn't even deserve to be called a sneak. Everyone is asleep right now. So.
It's very easy to sneak around sleeping people, that's for sure. It's becoming more obvious by the second, but there you go. Baron's just going to go down. And you know what I like about this the most is that it's the...
And you know what this means, Valdez, though? It means that game number 2 is going to be a clown fiesta.
Oh, yeah.
Because
players get sick of it. They're like, we're done with this. We're fighting now.
They are just building up right now to release in game number 2. Okay, finally.
Turning this one around. I'm not sure why Griffin thought they could engage their stopwatch. Pretty good item. Will it be good enough? No. Not in this sense, as another stopwatch will be used. Yukal going to survive for now. Teddy doing a good job kiting, but actually Viper's doing an even better job. Is able to zone them all away, and now Cuz in an awkward spot, but really all he's doing is peeling for Faker, who is level 50 pushed away, as it doesn't amount to many kills, just a 1-for-1, but at the end of the day, it looks like T1 are just going to take the dragon, and Griffin say, you can have it.
Yeah, so T1 are just going to take the Ocean Dragon, and then they're probably, I guess, going to back off.
바로 빼야 된다.
버리면 뺄 거야 이거.
렌즈 없구나. 아래 몸이 치긴 할게.
다 볼래? 이거 뭘 받을 건다?
그때 왜 노화되었어?
2인 볼게 2인 볼게.
연기할게. 얘네 아래 몸이 얘도.
우리 이거 20초 20초 뒤에 20초.
2초만 먹어.
천천히 가져 우리 탱 안 돼. 20초 15초 15초.
20 seconds.
20 seconds.
The Thomas Ken is
Timothy.
about to die.
Oh, Timmy. Oh, he's going to flash away. He's fine. Never should have doubted him.
They take it at this point. They don't have split pushing power available to them. The only thing that they can do is hope that Effort or Kana are constantly overextended or something of that nature. As T1 now looking to raise the top tier 2 turret. And
Up and somehow was not able to land that engage as the stun comes down onto Tarzan, the root rather, as the stopwatch. Not going to help him out here too much. He's able to avoid a lot of that damage with his own ultimate. Untara all alone on the right side will go down as Faker is just wreaking havoc over the rest of the team here, although now he's out of mana and it is not going to matter. Takes out 1 and 2, goes down in the end, but that is a ace going the way of T1, the one team fight that looks to end this game.
yeah, and so they have the minion wave in mid. Death timers are at about 30 seconds on the key targets that could be able to resist. Obviously, Tarzan's going to come up, but Rek'Sai is not the greatest wave clearer. It does look like, actually, though, with the absence of Faker, and Trundle not having come over, they're not even going to try to push on for a Nexus turret or something of that regard. Instead, Trundle going to pick.
Yep, that is absolutely what we are expecting here. So looking to hard engage Faker's just going to get hit right in the front, maybe a little bit too aggressive that time around. He's going to get assassinated by the Rek'Sai. Overconfidence coming out of Faker here in this game. And a pretty big mistake as now Griffin will be able to win this fight and move on to greener pastures. Where will they go? They're looking at the Baron as Tarzan is going to loop around. T1 say, sure, go ahead. We'll just take one more Ocean Drake that will get us one away from that Ocean Soul. With the mid lane pushing, T1 actually don't seem to mind too much.
Yeah, so the minion RNG ends up going in Griffin's favor. Generally, mid inhibitors don't raise Nexus turrets. It's often the ones in the side lanes that give more games. I mean, we have 12 kills, but remember the manner in which they occur.
Go down at the end of it all, though, as Cuz is also going to be baited into this one, a double kill. Finally, that Rek'Sai for Tarzan somehow finding some...
Is known for their resilience and their ability to remain calm and not really overreact to situations, but definitely some uncharacteristic choices being made by them as they're out on the map for no real reason. If Azir is just at the turrets, Griffin can't reliably actually push, and now Griffin is potentially going to raise the top inhibitor, which that one's not the end of the world, because top inhibitor, you're always going to be in close proximity to the potentially super minions in top lane could do something. Now take a look at this. Faker cancels his recall. He thinks that he's safe. Cal waiting in the distance. Dawning Shadow comes out. Faker barely able to live and bring down the Silence. What a close encounter as Cuz trying to make...
Will he be able to follow up from here, trying to get that first damage down with the Rumble, but it's not going to be enough, and even Tom Kent's is going to be baited into this one. As down will he go as well. That's a couple of members of Griffin going down right before this Ocean Drake spawns.
I have a really interesting thing with you I want to actually talk about in the replay. The stars have to really align for something like this to happen, but I think it's a pretty interesting thing to talk about because it's really hard to think about in the moment. I think it's something that you have to do a lot beforehand. Viper is behind enemy lines right now.
He got away.
He did manage to escape.
That's crazy. Kana TP'd in there, and he was just too scared to go straight into 3 members. His team was pretty far behind, so...
Tom Kent in this whole team fight debacle thingy would be needed. Kana ends up going into Guardian Angel. Dawning Shadow comes out, deals a lot of damage to Viper. Renekton finally able to kill Yukal. Now imagine T1 doesn't kill Tom. They just sort of hug him and follow him.
We do have a fight breaking out there. We'll get to that a little bit later as Teddy is going to be knocked up here. Zhonya's helping out for Yukal, but they're chasing him down. Kana, bit awkward of a position, but it looks like he is going to be okay. The Drake getting low, but T1 do not want to go for a 50-50. They want better odds. And that has always been what T1 has been about.
There's those minions that I was talking about. Tarzan
they're going to go for it here, though. And there it is. Azir going to pick up the Ocean Soul as now they're just going to hard force the team fight after picking up that objective. They've got to save their base, though. Azir going in alone. Faker is going to be taken out here. Whoa. And now Viper is autoing from behind. Here's Yukal in the base. But with Kana coming back, don't think he's going to be able to take out that turret. He's going for the 1v1 as T1 are all coming back into the base. They got scared. We got TPs coming in. They just might try to run down the base here. I'm not sure if they can, though. Viper TPing straight into the enemy team. And he's going to be devoured, and that might just be enough. The autos are doing enough damage, and he is kiting them extremely well. But with Teddy still alive, he looks a little bit too scared to actually pull this off. They're waiting for the minion waves, and they might actually be able to do this. Did T1 overstep their bounds as the minions have come into the mid lane? They're pushing down the mid lane straight here, and they have super minions from the top side.
Faker in 10 seconds, teleport coming in, they're focusing.
Yeah, Viper just gonna focus down that turret, and now they have the Nexus open. T1, what have you done? Griffin going to be